Amid the sounds of pipes, drums, and marching feet, Captain Roy Herrington witnesses one more cadet march past before he hangs up his pressed uniform for the last time.
Squadron, stand at ease.
The parade of the Royal Canadian Cadets has continued in communities across Canada since the 1800s. Once a way to train boys over the age of 12 in military skills and drill, it has evolved into a program offering both girls and boys training in social development, decision-making, and leadership skills.
Scott, how are you?
I'm good, sir. Yourself?
I'm doing outstanding tonight. As they say, the cadet program in Canada is the best hidden secret that Canada has. It's free for the most part. As far as training goes, it's all free.
Captain Herrington started his Air Cadet career the 16th of September, 1966.
He basically dedicated his life to the cadet program. I mean, he started when he was a cadet as well, so 52 years, let's say, that he's been involved in the program as a youth and as an officer.
The reason I dedicated so much time of my life to cadets is because I liked what cadets do. I was a cadet for 6 years, from 13 till 19, with Sydney 676 Air Cadets, and I liked everything that they did. And when I turned 19, I just got the opportunity to do more stuff, get trained better, and then keep doing what they did. And that's why I kept on doing it. 1 year turned to then the next.
The 205 Collishaw Squadron Royal Canadian Air Cadets training this evening included honoring Captain Herrington's contribution of over 4 decades of volunteer service.
You chose a line of work that requires courage and commitment, and it certainly takes a special kind of person to serve each and every day, ready to face whatever the circumstances may be.
You can't imagine the influence that he's had. We tried to add it up today. We figure he's influenced more than a couple of thousand kids in his 40-odd years of service to the Queen, so it's a big deal. I really hope the kids take a moment to understand that what's happening here tonight is significant.
I see a 12-year-old come into the squadron at 15, 16 years old. They start saying, wow, I did that. That's very satisfying, you know, to see all that come to fruition.
Strongest leader I ever met. Yeah, great guy, compassionate, totally dialed into the program, 100% focused on the kids. He pushes the kids really hard, and he pushes them in a way where they don't necessarily understand how much he's making them excel. And sometimes it takes a decade or more after they leave here for them to understand the role he played in their life.
You know for sure where you stand with Captain Herrington. You know when you have excelled and you've done well, and he will let you know. You also know that when you're stepping out of bounds, and it's not so much in a negative form, but he will correct you and lead you in the right direction.
The biggest thing I learned from him was how to present myself. He's very well respected amongst all the officers and all the cadets. He always has this aura around him that's well presented, and he carries himself in a professional manner all the time. And that's one of the things I really want to build upon on myself and just mirror.
The cadet programs introduce young Canadians to activities such as band, biathlon, marksmanship, seamanship, and it can even help you earn your wings as a pilot. And it helps young Canadians to become active and engaged members of their communities and prepares them to become the leaders of tomorrow.
In our job as a CIC officer, you're under a lot of stress to complete jobs and complete competitions and make sure cadets get the most out of life that we can give them. We promise them a program, and then we have to deliver that program. That's very satisfying to me.
Captain Herrington ended his service with a departure with dignity ceremony. He received many tributes, awards, and recognition for his years of dedication.
He's just been such a big part of the squadron that it feels like he is like the life force of the squadron.
I served here as a cadet, and it probably took me more than a decade to understand his influence in my life. It was him that brought me back here as an instructor. It was him that brought me back here as an officer in the Canadian Forces. So how do you fill his shoes? I don't think you can. I think he's one of the most exemplary officers I've ever met, and that includes all the Reg Force officers that I've met and served with. There's going to be a big hole. People have to work hard to be like Roy, but we should all want to grow up and be like Roy.